Hey there! Welcome to day 3 and early congratulations because I know you've put in a ton of work so far. Now, on day 1, we talked all about optimizing your pages so that everything on them aligns with the content you're creating and the people that you want to attract. In day 2, we talked about setting up your systems so that you can take some of the workload off of your shoulder and you have tools set up so that you can make tweaks as you continue to get data down the line. Now, day 3, we're focusing all on driving traffic to those pages to get the results that you want. But before I do, if you have already published a book or many and you're not getting the results that you want, I highly recommend that you look into the Profitable Picture Books program. A lot of authors don't realize just how important a book release is. And gearing up for marketing actually starts at the very beginning, inside the writing process. And that's exactly why I designed the Profitable Picture Books program along with 2 other industry experts so that we could help others publish profitable books. So, if that is something you're interested in, there is a link below this video where you can learn a little bit more. Now, for this section of the bootcamp, I'm going to be sharing 3 free and 3 paid strategies to drive traffic to your now optimized Amazon page or your website. But please note that the possibilities are endless, and there's a lot more strategies out there than just this. The first strategy is social media. Now, you might be on a variety of platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, TikTok, etc. Posting on those platforms is 100% free, but it will cost you in time to create the content, time to schedule those posts. You can hire somebody else to do this for you, but it can get expensive. So you want to make sure that this is not the only strategy that you're implementing. And consistency is more important than anything. You are going to get more traffic with one post a week on the same day every single week than you will with posting sporadically. So whatever you decide for a consistency number, stick to it. And it helps to preload things in advance. Prep as much content as you can at the start of each month or the end of each month. Look at your schedule and what is going to work best for you, but start creating habits so that you are driving traffic. The other thing you want to consider is it's pretty annoying when the only content is buy my book, buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. Instead, think about what your target audience wants to learn more about and how you can tie that into your book and the other content that you create. You want them to be just as excited about your book as you. So instead of pushing it at them, talk to them and inspire them and get them excited, not just about your book, but about the subject matter around your book. The next free strategy is newsletter swaps. So if you know another author who has a similar target audience to yours, one of the easiest things that you can do is do a newsletter swap with them. They'll share your book with their audience and you'll do the same for their book. This also goes really well if you use KDP and have free ebook promotion days as well. It allows them to tap into your audience and you to tap into theirs. And since they are similar or the same target audience, this will be mutually beneficial across the board. The next one is blogging. Now, if you don't like writing blog posts or you have no intention of doing that, you can outsource this, but it's pretty easy to write out some blog posts that have something to do with your subject matter. This also will boost your SEO if your blog posts are SEO optimized, and it will help attract the right people to your website because they relate to whatever it is you're writing about. Paid strategy, influencers. Now, this is one I get a lot of questions about, and this is pretty broad. Now, for influencers, you can just reach out to them on a social media platform and ask them to share your book with their audience. Some of them will charge. If someone reaches out to you and asks you to pay, I caution against that. Often, those people do not have a large following. Sometimes it's a scam. Essentially, if someone reaches out to you and asks you for money, I would steer clear. But if you reach out to a big influencer and they ask you to, they share their rates with you, typically that's not a scam. It can, however, get pretty expensive. So you might want to look into micro influencers instead. Those are people with smaller followings but high engagement. And even big businesses are leaning more on micro influencers than on large ones. So it's definitely something to consider. Bloggers and podcasters also fall into this category. You'll want to pitch yourself to podcasters and pitch yourself to bloggers for features. Now, just like it's important to pitch yourself well in your book description on Amazon, it's also important how you pitch yourself to these places because it will determine whether or not they actually accept you as a guest author. So really lean into what is their podcast about? What is their blog about? Why should they care about what you've done and what you've accomplished or what you're writing about? Okay? Make it personal because anybody can write a book, but not everyone wrote yours. Why did you write yours? Another paid strategy is social media advertising. It's, in my opinion, a really great idea to run social media ads to your lead magnet. That way it's on in the background, growing your email list every single day so you can focus on other strategies and put your elbow grease in more where it's needed. But this can take a little bit of time to set up and you need to make sure you preset whatever your budget is ahead of time because these things take time to exit the learning phase and to get the cost per result down. So instead of throwing all your money up front, it's better to have a smaller daily budget and run these long term before you make a decision about whether or not an ad is working or if there's something that you can change. Another great strategy is Amazon advertising. And this is because if somebody is on Facebook, they might be in the mindset to shop, but they also might not be. When someone's on Amazon, they're already looking for things to add to their cart. They're already in the shopping mindset. So if they're looking for a book that's like yours and yours pops up in an ad, they're very likely to impulse buy and add it to the cart as well. So this is a great platform to learn, but I will warn you, it does take time. Just for example, when you launch a new Amazon ad, you should not touch it for 2 weeks. A lot of people don't realize that you should leave it alone while it's in the learning phase. The other thing to consider is you have to know what the parts actually mean, because otherwise you won't know what action to take next. A lot of times I will see authors run Amazon ads and they'll say, well, it's just not working. It's not doing anything. And so they'll turn off the ad. When in reality, it wasn't working because it didn't have enough money behind it to get impressions. Impressions is visibility. If no one's seeing it, no one is going to buy. So please, please, please make sure you do your research and you take your time learning the Amazon ads platform before you decide it's not for your book. Now, I hope this has been helpful. As I said, the strategies that you implement to drive traffic are endless. Okay, there's so many things that you can do. To learn more about different strategies, make sure to check out other videos on our YouTube channel and blog posts at athomeauthor.com as well. And if you've stuck around to the end of this video, if you are listening to me talk right now, you have unlocked a bonus training. So make sure you stay tuned and you check your email for that as well. Happy marketing!